Good afternoon. My name is Daxton Jensen.
And I'm Zoe Macaris.
Today we have a very special guest joining us, Reese Foreman, a world-renowned historian and college professor.
Welcome, Dr. Foreman.
Hi, it's so nice to be here, sharing my knowledge of history with everyone.
I'm excited to hear what you have to share. Let's jump right in.
I would love to know more about the Renaissance. Would you mind sharing some important information about this topic?
Of course, what would you like to start off with?
Well, first off, where and when did the Renaissance occur?
Very interesting question. The Renaissance occurred in the 1300 through 1600 centuries and was based in Florence, Italy.
Wow, I'm intrigued. What is the meaning of the word Renaissance, and why did this movement begin?
The word Renaissance means rebirth or reawakening. The Renaissance began because of the fall of the Byzantine Empire.
Interesting. How about you tell us about some of the artists that worked during the time of the Renaissance?
Well, I must say I'm very familiar with two of them, John Clouet and Giotto. John Clouet was a painter who worked during the High Renaissance. Giotto was an Italian painter and architect from Florence, also working during the Renaissance.
What do you know about the inventions during the Renaissance besides the artists?
Well, one of the inventions was the parachute, which was invented by French scientist and inventor Louis Sebastian Lenormand in the late 18th century.
I heard somewhere that there was an inventor named Andrea Amati. Didn't he invent the violin around 1560?
That's right!
Anyways, what about the Medici family? I mean, how are they involved in the Renaissance?
The Medici family ruled the city of Florence during the Renaissance. They had a major influence on the growth of the Halen Renaissance through the patronage of the art of humanism.
Oh, I see, okay.
Now that we have that covered, how did the ancient Greeks and Romans inspire people during the Renaissance?
Just as the Romans were often known as Greek imitators, the artists of the Renaissance took a big interest in the ancient of Roman art. Therefore, the Renaissance came to known as the Revival, which was a huge influence of the Greek and the Roman art that was seen in both art and architecture.
Now, as we conclude the interview, I have one final question. This is more of a personal question. How does your life today link to the Renaissance?
Well, one connection I noticed, just like the Renaissance, my life is constantly changing and evolving as well as advancing forward. The Renaissance introduced new ideas and expansion. And familiar to me, I am constantly thinking of new ideas and ways to improve my everyday life.
I would have to agree. Thank you very much for joining us this evening.
It was a pleasure being here and informing these young and old viewers about the life of the Renaissance.
Back to you, Bob.